We have found the best lead generation strategy by far, and it has been able to help us and 25 other clients across 15 industries book thousands of meetings and over $7 million in ARR over the past 2 years. Now, in this video, I'll be sharing the 6-step process that we've built out to enable our clients to consistently hit their meeting goals every single month and book thousands of millions of dollars worth of annual recurring revenue with our lead generation formula. Clients pay us thousands of dollars each and every month to employ these tactics for them, and in this video, I'll be breaking down that 6-step process for you more. Day 0. After our clients decide that they want to partner with BuzzLead and they put their name and signature on that contract, they'll immediately receive automated email, which includes their onboarding form, which asks everything from their ICP to their offer or what they believe that they're selling to the market there itself. What are some of their existing clients? Do they have any do not contact lists? What other case studies have they provided or what results have they derived for others? And then do they have any marketing collateral that they can share with us? Think of things like white papers, checklists, or case studies. This will all help our value-driven approach, specifically in a call to action format of copywriting, of leading with value as opposed to taking people's time. I talk around that in other campaign creation videos, so I won't go too much in depth to that here. But that onboarding form that they're going to complete within that onboarding email is going to be like crucial to the overall success of our project. So we ask them to spend a ton of time and effort just absolutely brain dumping everything they know onto that form. Now, also included in that email is invites to Slack for communication, Trello for project management, smart leads for sending so they can kind of see what we're up to and what we're building, and then an invite to our school community as well that has over 500 plus members where we teach everything around cold email so they can get increased confidence in our skill set and what we're able to derive for them. Now, while our client is completing that onboarding form, we'll start to build out the actual tech stack that will enable the overall go-to-market success with our cold email approach. Now, as a note, when your client initially signs on, you want to really minimize their buyer's remorse throughout the process, right? They're going to sign that paper and they're going to immediately receive an invoice. They're going to pay that and they're going to be a little bit concerned as like, where did my money just go? So you immediately want to hit them with dopamine hits throughout the way. That's why we send that automated email. Now, on day 1, we also begin that process as well. And so what that essentially looks like is like we post sell on that last call of like, here's what you can expect next with us. And here's the dopamine hits. And here's where we're going to communicate with us throughout the process. Now, every client communicates differently. And so for some clients, we stick strictly with email and others we hop on Slack. So as part of that onboarding package, as I mentioned, we include an invite to that Slack channel. Now, as part of our sales process, we're also asking like, what are the target populations that you want to go after? And so during that time, we're also going onto their website. We're accessing the case studies that they have out in public that they want their other customers or clients to potentially see. And we're taking that list and then we're going to run that through oceans.io. So we can find another 1,000, 5,000, or 10,000 different clients. They're going to look exactly like the ones that they've been engaging with successfully. And then we're going to have that list of all the different domains. And then we're going to take that list and we're going to run that through Apollo so we can get their contact information. Now we're already providing value here because we're going to have that information readily at hand for our kickoff call in a couple of days. Now, after contract signature, we immediately want to go around purchasing our subdomains so that we can start warming up those emails because it's going to take around 2 weeks before ultimate campaign launch that we actually start sending emails. And that's just so we don't end up in spam. There's a warm up period where we want to ensure that emails go back and forth to each other. It's a technical thing I won't get too in depth to, but it's just come with practice. So anytime you purchase a subdomain, give it around 2 weeks, let the accounts warm up until you're around like a 25 to 35 sending capacity on that 14th day and start sending emails from there. So we're going to do that on day 1. We'll actually utilize a combination of both Gmail and Outlook, and then we'll utilize smart leads for sending, and this will help optimize deliverability. So the individuals that are on the receiving end that have Gmail, they'll receive it from a Gmail account, and then others that have Outlook or Microsoft 360, right, they'll receive it from the Outlook account. So it helps just like identify that synergy and it'll increase ultimate deliverability for our clients. A little technical thing there, it'll ultimately increase the overall success of your campaign structure. Day 2, campaign creation. Now this is the really fun part and ultimately why they decide to partner with us as opposed to other lead generation agencies or doing it in-house. Now, the first part of that is of course the data. Who are we going after? Now, I briefly just alluded to that on day 1, but we're taking their case studies that we're finding on their website, we're running that through Oceans, we're pulling the company domains, then we're pulling that into Apollo to get those actual email sending accounts, right? Now we have our exact target persona that we want to go after. So when the client finally returns that onboarding form, we're going to have a lot of creative content and ways that we can position their solution offering. Now, what we've derived in our experience of running lead generation, I got to give some credit to the guys out in Client Ascension. It really breaks down to 2 ways. There's demand capture and there's demand generation. And there's a really significant difference between the two. So demand capture is something that you wake up one day and you you know that that problem exists. So let's say when tax season comes around, the individual that's in the buying position is going to know that they have a problem because they're like, man, my payrolls aren't in a good place and I need to go out and find a tax accountant in order to ensure that we're tax compliant for this year. Or somebody's like, I need SEO or I need web design services, right? They are problem aware and they move into an action standpoint. That's demand capture. As for demand generation, that's an entirely different position, right? You can actually go out and generate demand from the marketplace itself, but you have to do that creatively and through a creative sales tactics. Now that's like the art of sales there, right? That's like where people pay us, but you can still sell demand capture. It's just entirely different on its approach. Now to touch on demand capture sales briefly, it looks a little bit different in approach. So you're essentially going to run things like competitive takedowns or audit strategies to say like, what are you doing right now? And like, where could we be? So you could really just enable some creative approaches to stand out in the marketplace. So like for SEO clients, it's like, give us your top 3 competitors and we'll provide you the competitive takedown strategies to review on a call. Or you can run that for a marketing agency. Or for one of our payroll clients, we're like, is your tax accountant using every legal loophole that they have available to maximize your tax returns for this year? And so it's creative enough to where it compels them to take action, right? They didn't know that they have that problem, but it's like, maybe let's take a look at this audit and see what we can identify. Now, as for demand capture or demand generation, that approach is going to be entirely different. So we're going to need to structure our offer to be compelling enough to go out and like create that audience engagement. As for BuzzLead, ours is rather simple, right? We're a performance-based lead generation agency. So our pitches or our offer is we'll book you 8 to 12 meetings each month with clients that you actually want to meet with on a performance basis, meaning you only pay for the qualified meetings that both parties attend, right? That's interesting enough where it can shift a CEO or a CMO or CRO or VP of sales into taking action on that because that offer is so good. Now, the clients break down to those 2 buckets. It's up to you to figure out how to position that and then how to craft that copy that's going to resonate with that audience. Now we're at day 3, which is all going to be around like feedback and revisions. So I talked around minimizing that buyer's remorse period with our clients. So within 48 hours of them signing the contract and paying us and the onboarding form being completed, they're already having a kickoff call with us around how we're going to go about delivering their results. We're going to bring to that call the lead list of the target personas of people that they would love to work with because they've achieved incredible results for those similar clients. And then we're going to have incredible copies that are going to be built into those 2 dynamics, right? We're going to be layering in different AI strategies that are not being utilized and seen by the marketplace so far to really just like increase their willingness and engagement in the overall success of this partnership. Now, during the kickoff call, we'll go over everything like here are the subdomains and systems that we set up. Here's the sending tool that we'll be utilizing for the partnership. Here's the scheduling tools that we'll be utilizing to actually book meetings on your calendars. Like, what are some of the common objections that we're going to probably see? All right, some typical ones that we'll always see is like, what is the price? What's the timeline for this project? Tell me more about that. Those are all questions that we'll take in-house on that onboarding call so we can prepare the response handling to easily address those questions. Now, on that onboarding call as well, we'll actually review the copy before and during that onboarding call so they can provide us accurate feedback as to what they think is going to resonate with the market, as well as just like trusting us as that lead generation partner. Because as I mentioned, we've helped over 25 clients at this point generate north of $7 million of ARR. So we're clearly doing something right. And that's why they decide to partner with us and why we've been so widely successful doing this. Now, once we've attained that approval, it's off to the races. So step 4 of this process is actually the launch of the campaign. So from here, it's really hands-off from our client's approach, ideally, right? So we've built the systems, we've enabled the subdomains, the sending accounts, we've hooked them up to our sending tools, we've implemented the copy that has AI on top of it, and we're starting to send emails to those target personas. Now, at this point, we're starting to get different responses and handle objections. We do all of that for our clients. That's done in-house. So all that they have to do is just get on the phone and talk. We will implement pre-screening questions ahead of that call just to ensure that our clients are going to be happy with the calls that they're getting. And they can, of course, cancel any calls that they want at absolutely no fee or charge. So it really depends on what the client is looking for in that first month, but we typically aim to book around like 4 to 10 meetings for our clients, and it really differs for some. We've had clients that write content that have had like 12 to 18 meetings in the first month, and other SEO clients that have had similar results just because we know that industry, or product and offshoring where we've booked them like 15 meetings in the first month, but it really just differs on the client and the approach. So we try to like tailor that into our kickoff call and ensure that like our clients can be happy with the results they're going to be expecting to achieve within the month 1, month 2, and month 3. It's all around setting those right expectations, and we do that on the kickoff call and throughout the sales process, and that just comes with experience. So step 5 is the Dream 100, right? We've already built out our system. We're sending emails, we're booking meetings. In the background of this process, we actually want our clients to continue to work with us and engage with us. And the way that we're gonna do that is we're gonna have them build out a Dream 100. Now, what the Dream 100 is it's the absolute best clients that they would ever want to work with. It might be some churned clients or similar clients that they have now, but it really just helps us get a good grasp of like, who do they believe is the best fit for their solution? And then we're gonna take that back in-house. We're gonna run that through Oceans to find similar accounts, and we're gonna utilize AI and really tailored personalized copywriting to speak to those audiences directly. So we can help them secure one of the best clients that they've always dreamed of working with to continue to grow their business. Step 6. Optimization. Optimization is what separates good lead generation companies from great lead generation companies. And what I'll say in working in lead generation for so long is there's a consistent just churn and burn culture. And what we're going to want to do here is just minimize that entirely. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to consistently try out new strategies and tactics to evolve and consistently get better results for our clients. And so really what I like to say is like the scripts and strategies that we start with on month 1 are never what we're at in month 6 or month 12 or month 18 or month 24, because we're consistently optimizing and iterating, right? That data population is changing because we're getting feedback from the ICP on product market fit, and if that's resonating with the audience, and if it's not, we need to change our ICP quickly to adjust to that so we can start booking meetings and generate more revenue, right? Because at the end of the day, performance-based lead generation agency, if they're making money, we're making money. That's a lot of fun for everyone going around. But alternatively, right, if the data's okay, then we need to figure out the copy. And if the copy isn't speaking to that target personas, then like the offer isn't right, or it's just not resonating enough. And so we need to position that entirely different, right? We're looking for either trigger events or competitive takedown strategies or different complementary technologies that they integrate with, or funding or recent news or their CEOs on podcasts, really anything like that that we can speak to be incredibly or entirely more relevant to the world that they're engaging in. Now, the aim of this video was to take you through just a quick 6-step process as to how we're able to strategize and build winning lead generation campaigns from start to finish. If you paid attention and took notes, you could absolutely run this yourself. It's going to take a lot of time and effort like it did for us, but if you have that at your hands, I encourage you to do so, or you can join our school community where we have more videos like this. Alternatively, if you want to save yourself time, money, and make more money, you can just quickly schedule a call with us with a link in our bio description here, and we'll be happy to chat with you around what we can do for you and your business. Talk to you soon.